सो हाय एवरीवन, आज हम सॉल्व करने वाले हैं एक और आइल्स रीडिंग। नाउ टू सॉल्व इट हम इसके क्वेश्चंस को देखते हैं फटाफट। लेट्स सी व्हाट ऑल क्वेश्चंस आर हियर क्विकली। लेट्स रीड here. So first on, when we will be solving, we are going to have true false, after which we are going to have write no more than 2 words. So these are the types of questions which we have. Let's read. ओके सो उस शुरू करने से पहले हम दो तीन चीज़ें लिखेंगे। जब भी हम ट्रू फॉल्स नॉट गिवन सॉल्व करते हैं तो हमारे पास दो चीज़ें होती हैं। सो इसे हम मार्क कर लेते हैं और इसको करते हैं ऐसे थोड़ा सा डार्क। ओके लेट्स राइट डाउन। You might be thinking what stupid thing I am doing, but again, the thing which I have done, the colors I have used here will help us solve these true false not given. So देखते हैं। So yellow color पूरे में दिखाएगा location keywords को। I will say what I am saying. See, I have done my research work on IELTS, and based on that research work, I have found solution of all the true false not given questions. Actually there are certain logics. So let's say logic keywords. So I have realized, I have actually made a separate, I have written down a separate book, and there all the logics have been mentioned separately. So if you want to learn them, you can refer to our book, or you can join the classes or things, or you can get the PDF of the book. So उसके हिसाब से in true false not given there are two types of words in a sentence. First ones are the location keywords, जिससे हमें पैराग्राफ की लोकेशन मिलती है, and next are the logic keywords, जिससे हमें आंसर मिलता है या जिसके ऊपर हमें आंसर को इंटरप्रेट करना पड़ता है। सो फटाफट हम क्या करते हैं, जितने भी लोकेशन कीवर्ड्स हैं उन्हें हम मार्क करेंगे अपने येलो हाईलाइट से, एंड जितने भी लॉजिक कीवर्ड्स हैं उन्हें हम ब्लू हाईलाइट से मार्क करेंगे। सो शुरू करते हैं। तो पहले हम लोकेशन कीवर्ड्स को मार्क कर लेते हैं सभी में। पहले हम मार्क करते हैं कीवर्ड्स को। सो लेट्स मार्क ऑल द कीवर्ड्स। सो कीवर्ड हियर इज, दिस इज द क्वांटिटी लॉजिक हियर. What is quantity logic? Herein they quantify as to how much. So they have said little, and that means negative, very less economic difference. Next देखते हैं. The farmers of a tribe grow a wide range of plants. So here our answer is a wide range of plants. What is meaning of wide range of plants? That means different types of plants, from basic small plants to big gigantic level plantation. Now let's see. Question number 3 is, one settlement is more important than. Now this is comparison between two settlements, and the criteria is more important. So this is comparison. So they're saying settlement number 1 is, let's write down, more important than settlement number 2. Let's see next. A member's status in a chiefdom is determined by how much land he owns. So here they have given reason. This is a reason based question. They're saying we're going to mention that separately. Let's see. There are people who craft goods in chiefdoms. And now this is simple verb based logic. Who craft goods? The king keeps order by using an army. They have given a reason again here. We just have to check, is this reason valid? Bureaucratic officers receive higher salaries than other members. They are now again talking about comparison. So let's write down in our own words. It's also always very important that you write down things in your own language. If you do so on paper, it is very important to make your own markings. Things become very easy to solve afterwards the moment you make it so. So let's write down 6 and 7 skim things. So in first they're saying very less economic difference. That is that is what our answer is dependent on. Now wide range, they're talking about of plants. Next is they're talking about settlement 1 is more important than settlement 2, and the parameter is importance. Now next fourth, a member status in chiefdom is determined by how much land. So this is simple. Status is, in this case, status is directly proportional to land ownership. This is a reason based question. Now next is there are people who craft goods in chiefdom. So this is simple verb based. That means there are people who craft goods. Now let's say this is simple verb based, so this is the simplest true false not given here. Let's see next. The king keeps order of his state. They are saying order is directly proportional. This is also a reason. So order is directly proportional to use of army. Seventh is again a comparison. So bureaucratic officers are better than other members when it comes to salaries. So they receive more salaries. So that is a comparison. So this is what they are talking about. Now let's see what are the location words. So let's see, there's a little economic difference between members of a clan. So where they will talk about members of a clan, that is where we are going to find our answer. Now next location is members of a tribe grow. Where they talk about members of a tribe and what they grow, we are going to find our answer there. One settlement and other settlement in a tribe. Now first you have to understand what is settlement. Settlement means people who live in a particular area. They are known as settlement. I mean their civilization is known as settlement. Let's see, a member status is, now they're talking about a member status in a chiefdom. So this is going to be our main location keyword. Let's say keywords. Let's say there are people who craft goods in chiefdoms. So again they're talking about chiefdoms and people in chiefdoms, where they talk about people in chiefdoms. The king, they're talking about king here. So when they talk about king and order of a state, in that case estate, here in estate is also an answer, location idea. Let's say bureaucratic officers and other members. So these are the location words. Now let's see what we actually did here, what these logic keywords mean, and let's understand their false interpretation. While we solve always true false not given, we have to make sure that we always have in our mind what is going to be false interpretation of these. Let's say they say there is negative economic difference between members of a clan. If it is found that there is a lot of difference, then it is going to be false. Or there is no difference completely, that is also going to be false. But if they say that there is little difference, it is going to be true. Let's see, wide range of plans. So they're talking about wide range. If they talk about very less range, it is going to be false. Or if they do not talk about range only, it's going to be not given. Let's see, they're saying settlement 1 is more important than settlement 2. If they say that all the settlements are equal, all the settlements are equal, it is going to be false. Or if they say, if they don't talk about settlements only, or if they don't talk about which one is important, it's going to be false or not given. Status. Now this is a reason based question. It can be easily challenged by just changing the reason. So if reason is different from land ownership, if status is determined by something else apart from land ownership, it is going to be false. Craft goods, this is a simple verb thing. So they're going to say there are craft goods. If there are craft goods, it's good. People who craft goods, it's true. If there are no craftsmen, it is going to be false. Let's see, order, army. Again same reason based question. They're saying order is maintained by army. If they say order is maintained by something else, it is going to be false. Let's look at 7th. 7 says bureaucratic officers receive much more salaries than other members. So again they're saying that comparing the salaries. So its false interpretation is going to be, if bureaucratic officers have same salaries, it is going to be false. If other members have more salaries, it is going to be false. If they don't talk about salaries only, or if they do not talk about other members or bureaucrats, it is going to be not given. So let's start solving question number first. So let's see what is the keyword in question number first, that is a location word that is going to help us find location, is members of a clan. So let's talk about members of a clan. So here it is clan. Let's see members of a clan. Members. Here, clan members. Here they're talking about. So we've got the location. Let's read the question and let's try and interpret what the answer is going to be. So let's see what the keyword is. Little economic difference. There is very less economic difference. That is what they're saying. They're quantifying. Or let's say if we see in a Venn diagram, they're saying, suppose this is this and this is, I'm sorry, let's erase it. Or simply we can say here, economic difference is literally very less. Let's read it. No, I mean, I'm unable to make Venn diagrams here. That is something which is done in classes only. Let's see here. Yes, so let's see where they document economic difference. Let's see. Related by descent of marriage, clans lack formal leaders, so there are no marked economic differences. There are no marked economic differences. Now, that is what they're saying. So they're saying there are no marked economic differences. Now, many students might be confused here and they may think that there are no economic differences. No, that is not the thing. They have given another word marked here. That means there are some differences, but they have not been marked, they have not been documented. That means there are very less. Indirectly they're going to say, or they're saying that there are very less economic differences. That means that matches completely with the statement. So there are no marked economic differences. That means there are very less economic differences. That matches completely with first, and our answer is true. Let's see. The farmers of a tribe grow a wide range of plants. So let's see farmers of a tribe. That is where we are going to find the answer. Let's quickly read where they're talking about farmers of a tribe. So we have tribe here. Let's see where they're talking about farmer. They have more than one. They're settled farmers. So they're talking about farmers here. Let's read. We got the location. Let's see what the keyword is. I mean, logic is, that is going to help us. You're saying wide range of plants. So let's see. Did they really grow wide range of plants? Where it has gone? What happened to it? Yes. Oh, we came the wrong place altogether. Really sorry for this blackout. Let's come back to this question. I don't know what happened, but it got severely hanged. Let's focus here. Maybe there was too much of zoom that affected it. Let's see. So let's look at this thing. So in the question they said they grow wide range of plants. So let's see what kinds of plants they grow. They're settled farmers, but they may be nomadic with a different mobile economy based on intensive exploitation of livestock. Livestock means animals. They're generally multi-community societies with individual communities integrated into larger society through kinship ties, although some tribes have officials, even a capital of seat. Now they're not talking about farming. Only here they have talked about farming, and they have not talked about the kinds of plants that they grow, and they have not said whether they were many or they were very few. So in absence of that information, we can neither say it is false nor it is true, because they are not talking about plants only. In this case, this answer is not given. So let's mark. The first answer was true. Let's see. One settlement is more important than another settlement in tribe. So they're talking about tribe and they're comparing. Let's see where they're talking about. Okay, the same paragraph. We are reading tribe only. So let's read the logic only directly. So it is, they're comparing that one settlement is more important than second settlement. Let's read it. Where indeed they're talking about it. Let's quickly read in a tribe here. The typical settlement pattern for tribes is one of settled agricultural homesteads or villages. Characteristically, no one settlement dominates any of the others in the region. So they are comparing now. No one settlement, settlement one, others. So we've got our keywords here. Let's see. No dominates other. That means they're simply saying here that literally every settlement, let's say if we say there are two settlements, they are mostly similar and there are no dominance. That means they're saying both are equally important indirectly. So this information is false. This comparison is done on false grounds. Let's see next. A member status in a chiefdom. They're talking about chiefdom. Let's see where they're talking about chiefdom. Quickly, let's read. Chiefdom, chiefdom. Yes, chiefdom. Chiefdom and status. Social status. Let's read. Let's read the question once more. And let's see what is the logic that it depends on. Okay, so our logic is very simple here. It is reason based. So they're saying status depends on land ownership. That is all. Status directly proportional to land ownership. If status depends on something else, it is going to be false. Let's see. Where it was chiefdom? Here. Let's talk about status. These operate on principle of ranking difference in social status between people. Different lineages. A lineage is a group claiming descent from a common ancestor, are graded on a scale of prestige. Prestige is a synonym of status only, and the senior lineage. Hence, the society as a whole is governed by a chief. Prestige and rank are determined. That means status, synonymous language, determined by how closely one is related to the chief. That means status is determined by connection to the chief, and question says it is determined by land ownership. That means this is not the reason, and when the reason is not this, reason is different in the passage, it is false statement. Now let's see. There are people who craft goods in chiefdoms. Let's see. This is a simple question. Are there people who craft goods, or there are no people who craft goods? Simple for now. Let's read. Let's see where they're talking about craftsmanship. Are there people who craft goods? Let's see here. They have not talked about craftsmanship here. Let's see. Often there is local specialization in craft products. So they have given here that the people are specialized. Local stands for people. Local specialization in craft products. That's all. So they have given that yes, indeed, people craft goods there. So let's mark. People craft goods. This statement is true. Let's see. The king keeps the order of a state by using an army. So let's see where they're talking about king first. then we're going to check the logic. So let's quickly check where they're talking about the king. Not until here. Features, but perhaps a king. So they're talking about a king here now. Now let's move back to the logic, and then we're going to read the logic and interpret, and then we're going to answer. Let's see. The kings keep order of a state by using an army. That means they're saying order is maintained only by army. If they say order is maintained by something else, it is going to be false if they give different reason there. So okay, this line has crept up, and I just have to first remove this line. No, success. Let's move where they're talking about craftsmanship. Craftsmanship. No, not craftsmanship. They're saying that order of a state is maintained by army. So let's see. Has explicit authority to establish laws. Now laws are synonym of order. Laws and order, you may have heard. To enforce them by the use of standing army. So they're saying that they can indeed establish laws using army. That means this reason is same, and in this case this answer is simply true. That reason, because reason is same. If reason is same, it is true. If reason is not same, if reason is same, it is true. If reason is not same, it is false. So reason based true false not given are very simple indeed. I don't know, my PC is hanging a lot. I think I need to get the touchpad or something. Let's focus. Last question. Bureaucratic officers receive high salary. Now let's see where they're talking about bureaucratic officers. So this is a comparison, simple comparison, and we have to see whether this comparison holds true or does not hold true. That's all what we have to look forward to. Let's see bureaucratic officers. So where they're mentioning bureaucratic officers, bureaucratic officers here, bureaucratic administration of officials. One of their principal purposes. Now let's go to the question, see what the question says, and then we're going to pick up our answer. Bureaucratic officers receive higher salary than other members. So let's see, let's mark. So our main idea here is higher salary. So they're talking about salaries, and they're comparing bureaucratic officers with others in terms of the salary they receive. So we just have to just that comparison, that's all, and we are going to find our answer. My PC is a bit slow, so please don't mind that. So bureaucratic officers, let's see, do they really receive more salaries? Bureaucratic administration of officials, one of their principal purposes is to collect revenue, often in the form of taxes and tolls, and distribute it to the government. Army craft specialists, many early states develop complex redistribution systems to support these essential services. Rather, now here if we see they're talking about tax and tolls, which are not salaries. Here they said to support these essential services. That means they are not talking about salary so far. So if we read, there is no mention of any kind of salary. So if they're not talking about salary, that means this data is insufficient. The data is insufficient to make any judgment. So let's see. So our answer is not given in this case, because they're saying that bureaucratic officers receive more salary, but indeed they have just not mentioned the salaries only. So this was today's true false not given. Now I'll help you with some of those synonyms that we used here in solving these 7. I hope everybody understood wherein our answer for first is true, next is not given, next is false, fourth is also false, and then fifth and sixth are true, and the last 7th is not given. So let's see, let's write down comparison. So synonyms, first synonym is little difference. They said no marked difference. That means there are differences, but they have not been marked. Now, farmers of a tribe grow a wide range of plants. They have not talked about the growing only. Now, one settlement is more important. So they said for important, they have used the word dominate. Third, um, remember status. For status, they have used privilege. Fourth, determined by how much. No. Next, there are people who craft goods in chiefdom. So they said people, people who craft goods, and they said why I'm writing wrong spelling of people. People. For that they have used local. Fifth, fifth, sixth, king keeps the order of a state. Yes, for order they have used laws. Sixth, sixth they have not talked about any salary. So these are the synonyms in today's reading. I'm winding up this early today with 7 questions only. But when you look at this video, this is going to help you understand the concepts better and with more clarity. So that's all everyone, end of our today's reading. Thank you.